Hello, ladies and gentlemen, from a brand new video here from International Publishers Academy. Today's video is gonna be about the AI in general because it's something as a topic that is worth to talk about it, especially in the last months, especially since when the I think it was actually at the end of the last year, has been not find out, but let's say like just build and share with a lot of people and became totally normal for all these people lives, especially nowadays. Okay, so that's not only for the daily usage, okay, so just the stupid games or stupid activities that a lot of people have spent time with, but especially for business. Okay, so I saw a lot of people talking about AI in terms of business in general. So no matter if which the business was offline, online, a model or another model in general, but a lot of people nowadays are talking about AI applied rightly on the business side. Okay, so how about AI? First of all, I just wanted to share my opinion about AI, and I can say that for sure has been one of the best, unless not really the best creation from the human being. Okay, because it's something totally life-changing for all the aspects, for everything in all the people's lives. And again, since we're doing business, we're gonna watch at it as a really important instrument in order to allow us to do whatever you're doing easier, faster, and quicker. Okay, so once we're talking about AI, of course, we suppose like to split among all the different applications or tools or instruments in general that these artificial intelligence is able to give us. But actually one of the biggest and most important tool made up from AI that allowed publishers day after day after day after day to improve the way to work on his publishing business is definitely ChatGPT. Okay, so the main topic about today indeed is gonna be how to write a book with ChatGPT in one day. Okay, so I know that it can sound like a little bit strange, so one day, how is it possible that in one day I'm gonna be able to write down a book, since I'm used to wait several weeks or maybe even a couple of months from the previous ghostwriting agency that was briefing my book, that was writing down my book and then deliver it to me just when the keyword turned out unprofitable. Okay, but actually, as I said before, this AI is super powerful. I mean, it's not gonna be like lessons about AI because every one of us perfectly know and understand how powerful the AI is. But I just wanted to spend like a couple of words about the AI itself and how it's gonna be extremely important if applied in the right way on our self-publishing business. Okay, so first of all, AI, it's just like a very smart personal assistant. Okay, so that's why allowed us to make a lot of things that until a few months ago we were used to give in outsourcing, so to many of the other freelancers, no matter if they were on Fiverr or Upwork or any other platform like those. Now we really have the chance to make a lot of things on our own, and especially priceless and quicker, which is even more important than priceless. Okay, because actually the time is always much more important than the money. Okay, so what I want about to say is that the AI, since we publish book, is the perfect tool that we're gonna need the most, since we are talking about writing as well. So AI in general, ChatGPT, what I can tell you is that, of course, there are several versions of the AI. Personally, me, Andrea, we always use the one that costs 20 USD or something like that a month, just because of course it allowed you to create unlimited text, paraphrasing, writing, or other things in a day without needing to wait a few hours sometimes when you reach the maximum text. Okay, so since we got this super useful instrument, we are able not only to write down the book, but we are able also to take the brief kind of out of ChatGPT. Why? Back at the time when ChatGPT, and especially the AI in general, was not existing, one of the most common way, okay, to write down the perfect brief for every book was about opening, let's say, the best-selling books on that data keyword in order to compare the bestsellers topics among them, see and checking if some book was having like several chapters rather than the second bestseller. Maybe the third one had like a few chapters but several other things or topics that was not in the first book or anything like that. So what we were mostly doing was like a kind of average between the content among the content of the third of the best-selling books, okay, and then we were putting our experience on it, just trying to fit the brief with something new that the competition at the time was not inserting into them books and was giving to our manuscript to perform better, and especially itself to contain the most important topic and exactly a specific topic as well that a potential customer was supposed to expect from our book. Okay, nowadays of course it's still gonna be the same kind of process, because since we have ChatGPT, it doesn't mean that we're not gonna look at the competition at all, because otherwise it's gonna be like pretty much as committing a suicide. So we still gonna start like the process of starting a brand new book by checking first of all the bestsellers briefs, look inside of the best-selling books. But after it, I can tell you that ChatGPT, since knows a lot about all the informations that we're trying to look for, is also able to create the one that in jargon we call it buyer persona. So basically, once we ask ChatGPT the most specifically as possible to write down a book on a specific target, automatically ChatGPT, it's kind of like as he already knows exactly what the potential buyer is gonna be. Of course, it's gonna be fair enough to double check what's the output of ChatGPT. I'm not saying that we're just gonna write down a couple of comments and we're just gonna take them good as they are. No, it's gonna be the opposite. But actually, we gonna start in this way. So we're gonna open the best-selling books contents, okay, by clicking on the look inside. After it, once we made up our own idea, we're gonna report on ChatGPT what the content more or less are, and then by writing down a briefly information or a question, whatever it is gonna be on ChatGPT, we will ask him to write down a specific brief that is going to be as much similar as possible in terms of contents based on the best-selling ones, plus adding some new and valuable contents that their customers are looking for, but our competition is not giving them yet. Okay, so basically the second step is receiving the brief from ChatGPT, compare this brief to the competitions, and after it, once we are able, we can of course personalize it. We can check what we like, what don't we like. Of course, guys, it's not gonna be lessons about how to write down a book from scratch, because it takes much more skills, informations, and time than this. But at the same time, to make it easy, basically, we're gonna have the brief, and after the brief, what we can do is simply asking ChatGPT with the right commands to write down a specific paragraph or text, short or long as we need, per each part composed in the brief. Okay, so basically it's gonna be like fulfill a skeleton of our book with the right topics, the right things that the people are already seeking from it, and then we're gonna have our book. Okay, of course ChatGPT, and that's actually another like curious thing that we need to consider about, is never gonna commit any stupid error like grammatical error or anything like that, that instead were representing a huge problem back years ago when all the writing things were delegating to freelancers and stuff. And that's also why many people were complaining about a lot of errors, that the text is sometimes illegible. I didn't understood about this, and this. So the grammatical part is not gonna be something that we really gonna be focused on, to be honest with you, because the quality is much way more than enough. What we're gonna put the focus on is to make sure that all the contents, they're gonna be fluent enough, because of course he's not a real writer, the one that is gonna take out the book. So we need to give him a sort of a personalization on the book. We need to be sure that the book, it doesn't sound as a robotic manuscript, because of course it would get mad every kind of reader or make them disappointed, which is something that we truly do not want to do. Okay, and after it, while everything is gonna getting ready, we can just work on the copyright page, creating the table of content, choosing the right font, the size, the interior of the book, and after it we can just transform it by choosing the right format. So if it's gonna be the Word for the Kindle version, the PDF for the paperback version, and everything like that, and we will get our book done. Okay, so it's a very simple process. When I would say that it is a simple process, but especially once you get used with it. So at the very beginning, if you don't know how to do it, do not even try, because it's gonna make a very big role the content you're gonna insert in your books, that if you're not sure of it, just don't even try. Okay, you need to make a lot of practice, especially at the beginning. You need to understand what's the output, how can you improve it, if it's enough in terms of length, in terms of quality, in terms of skeleton of the books itself. And then after that, you're gonna try several times more. You can give it a try, okay? But if you start since the very beginning, it's gonna take you especially much more time than a day. I'm telling you, one day, because after you're doing it for several months and it becomes almost your daily life, of course, creating a book, no matter if it's gonna be a short, a middle, of a long book, is not gonna be that difficult. I can guarantee you that it's a super powerful instrument, and I wouldn't change AI or ChatGPT with anything else, as a tool. Okay, so it's a really simple concept, but as everything, you're supposed to master it as well before to publish a book. Okay, because we need to be respectful about what we publish, because we constantly knows about people that are trying to just making money because they've been told to publish book, wrote them down with ChatGPT in 1 minute, in 15 minutes, just because the quantity it matters. But I can tell you guys, it doesn't matter at all. You can publish 1,000 books with ChatGPT and try doing self-publishing, that you're not gonna make any money. Okay, you can make few books, cured much more, but with a bad interior book in terms of content and anything like that, is not gonna be helpful neither. Okay, so just make sure about what you guys doing. Just make sure about what you feel to publish, because of course it also gotta make sense. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks for been watching this video, and see you in the next one.